Alright guys, what is up? Here in another game between myself and Melmcgannis. We are both in chat here, and it is a friendly map as you see by the map, or a friendly game as you see by the map, and I'm playing SP Elementals. And I think Melmcgannis is playing his FS.
Yeah, so I'm still on my IS Fogler game that you guys might have seen in a previous video here. So let's see, it's 12 spots to your first font.
Is it? Goddamn. Well, I guess anything with 6 speed then works fine. How much is it to top on 1, 2, 3, 6? Alright, so my first thought process here was I'm playing Flame Fist. Flame Fist is extremely good in 1v1s. So I can play him out quickly. Because then I can force him to go mid instead of going to his bottom font.
Yeah, yeah. When I see that Flame Fist, I'm pretty worried. The initiator is really scary to start off with. The Flame Burst, and then the fact that he's just so mobile, 7 speed and leap.
And then now I'm thinking. So you played a range champ next. And I know I need to get to my bottom font afterwards, so I'm wondering what I should play. I could play. I'll just play something ranged. I think I'll play a Witch Doctor. Just because I have inhibited touch, and knowing that you have so much heal, that works pretty well against that, I think. So I think inhibiting touch is a good play. Or a good choice in champions, put it that way. Let's see, Flame Fist. So he's gonna contest, or he's gonna go around there, I'm guessing. That means I do have enough AP to jump to pounce next turn if I want. His command heal champion, and cleanse. So he's probably not gonna die for a really long time. Also 7 speed, 10 damage. Now my thought process here is I'm gonna pounce obviously, but after that what's gonna happen? I'm not exactly positive. I could think of maybe trying to get a flame burst into something, into a wall or something. Or maybe just flame burst him out and then put a rock trap down so he can't get back in. I mean, I don't have a rock trap revealed or anything. Wink, wink. Also, what I have to be worried.
Not suspicious.
What I have to be worried about is a poison trap that could wreck me, or I know he plays that hammer strike. I saw that last game, right? So he plays a hammer strike. So what I'm thinking is if I jump in and pounce, I'll do quite a bit of damage, but then he'll either heal it up, or he'll just hammer strike me and then be able to maybe even kill me. So it's also something kind of scary I have to worry about. Okay, so he's gonna play that. So that right away is like, okay, that means I'm not going in. So we're just gonna chill. Now this is kind of I've not played on this map before, but this is like an awkward turn. I have 78 Nora, so I could potentially do something like play a champion, but I might want to just be able to get to my bottom font first and then deploy from there. This is actually kind of awkward here. Huh. Well, if I deploy now from my shrine, I think I get to the mid font quicker than if I capture the bottom font and then deploy. Right? Let's see.
Yeah, that's true. So it's 8 spots from the bottom font into the mid, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a couple more from your base, but you're gonna get to deploy out a turn sooner.
Exactly. Okay. So if I were to deploy now, I would deploy now, but I don't think I have a really good champion to deploy either. I think I'm gonna save my Nora. It's not much point. I know he played a an equipment, so I don't have to be too afraid of. I mean, he didn't deploy, but I wouldn't have to be too afraid of him deploying after that. Now, I think it's a pretty expensive equipment as well. It's like 40 Nora, right?
It's 35,
35. Okay.
but yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah.
So I guess I need some either AOE or I need Shatter, or I need to just do a lot of damage at one turn so that only one champion gets hit by the Ripazay, and then Ripazay, and then the rest of the champions can still deal the damage. Alright. Inhibiting touch is good. Now I also have the hyenas in here with inhibiting type stuff as well. So no damage. Now we're just gonna chill. There's not much I'm gonna do here. Oh, now I can deploy, which is nice. I might want to do more. We're gonna deploy. I think we're gonna deploy this guy. The reason being, I can get my Aireye Rifts out, and that can kind of, counter the Granite Braces a bit. Now, my next thought is he has 10 AP next turn, so I'd have to be within or away 3 spaces not to get double hit next turn. Now, that could mean I could move to the other side of the font, but then his Void Mage can hit me, right? So either I can move out of the font or I can just take a double tap from him. But I think I'm too scared of a double tap in all honesty. Just because double tap plus a Warhammer Strike me, I'd be dead next turn. Even though I do have Cleanse up, right?
There's no Hammer Strike.
Huh?
You don't have to be worried about a Hammer Strike. You should stay here. But a quick comment on the Riftloid too. It's also I think I mentioned last time my BG is very spell focused, so also getting down the Forsaken Waste Dead Zone is very good against the spell buffing.
Yeah. You know what I could do actually? I don't know if would Initiator counter on me as well. I think so. We'll just sit right there. We'll just chill. Okay, so now we have contested the font. Now it's kind of sad that I wasn't able to. I won't be able to. I mean, I might be able to deploy next turn, but I have to do this. I think. I don't think I can give him the font, and I also do not want to stay in the font in case of a hammer strike plus double tap. That'd be a lot of damage, right? Now what he has to be afraid of is a flame burst into any font, right? So if he goes to attack the resistance, I might be able to get a tap off with the war wizard. Okay, that works too. There's the chip boulder. Yeah, okay, so now you can either just back off or you can engage too. So there's I don't even see that. The hook? What was that?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was BM or not to not mention that.
No. I just didn't hear it. That's weird. Usually I hear that ability. I put my sound up a little bit louder. There you go. So countered by the Grit My Hymn that I didn't see. 7 damage left. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead. I should have actually attacked first, then with him.
So if there's 7 damage, that means the Initiator goes through procs even though Gritmaw is up. I guess, which makes sense.
Anyway, I shouldn't have attacked there. I mean, I completely forgot about the Granite Bracers, but I do have more counter healing up. I do have that Hoonget up now, who also has decaying instead of But I am not too afraid of the boulder. The Void Mage can teleport away, but if he teleports, he won't be able to double tap me, which makes me a little bit safer. He could go for my font, but I might just VP it then, you know. Now, my positioning is also bad with my two hyenas. If he engages both of them now, they're both going to have a hard time kind of running away. If I had placed them off, like, one square, then you'd only be able to engage one of them, so the other one could attack. Now, does Hex go through Granite Bracers? I think so. But I'm not positive. But it is a loss of
Um, so it's an attack, and I think because it's an attack, it gets countered.
Okay, gotcha. Well then, now I know.
I'm not positive on it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Then we'll have to wait. Need more champions.
Are the rocks you don't have to tell me the answer to this, but are the rocks your hyena are by, does that count as a wall?
Yes, it does. I mean, I know. Why wouldn't it? I mean, if you have knockback, definitely. Snap, you do have knockback. Yeah, the pounce moved me there. I couldn't. I always forget the pounce positioning, but then I would have probably been better to somehow get my pants to be here. But it's fine. Yeah, he's probably dead now, right? Yeah, okay. So if I miss is definitely dead now. It's 1 health hat.
Come on.
Well, it could test the fawn at least. I mean, I won't be able to do anything with them, but it could test the fawn, which is good. Alright, that works. Nice kill. But we're just gonna keep deploying. He did play a spell for that, as well as he's already played one equipment, as well as he played the chip holder. Now I did have to play one relic, but yeah, we're just gonna keep deploying because we are Shattered Peaks after all. Wait, why am I? Oh, Okay, I'm gonna go in with him. We're not in knockback range, and we're gonna deploy some Rift Spares just to annoy a bit. We want some meat on the board. Make sure that he can't do too much. Now these are kind of in a bad position for knockback. Actually, they're okay. Now I'm still contesting the font. So 4 champions to his 3, so we're not doing horrible. Yeah, and we have some good counter healing against his deck. I didn't even think about how like counter my deck is to yours a bit. I have decaying, and I have the Witch Doctor with inhibiting touch, and then I have the Ascendant with the Sabotage Defile, which also gives decay. Ooh, does that count on my? Well, I get a lot of AP from that at the very least, even if it's not a. Yeah, so he uses an ability. That ability I'm always very afraid of. The spatial dysplasia. So he uses that, kills all my my summons, but at the very least now I'm not gonna die to those. I'm not gonna die to the spatial dysplasia. I do have to be a little bit worried about this stone barrage coming up soon. And now this, how do you even say that? Finlord's Neophyte. Neophyte. I wonder what the definition of neophyte is. It's probably like something like, you know, apprentice. So Finlord's apprentice, something like that. What was that? That was Blessing of Lamara. It gives him Hunter Walker. He also does a Marsung. Now what I want to see is like, can I kill this neophyte? That would be really nice actually here. Just because it's kind of in my face. It's been in my face for a while. I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, can I kill this guy? Let's see. It's 25, 44. Oh, I actually need 1 more Nora for that. That sucks.
So my neophyte right now is pretty exposed. Again, I think this is part of the point of the deck is, for at least my BG, is having one sort of guy out there who you buff up a lot with something like this where I has Hunter Walker. It's going to take 2 less damage from each attack and just hope he can survive the barrage up front. And then hope I can cleanse him if he survives.
Alright, we're gonna go in here. Alright, so we're gonna attack first the low damage champs for the counter the. Oh, alright, well, that's not happening then.
So I think while this looks okay for me, something that Gnomes has been noting a lot is the fact that he does have a pretty distinct champion advantage right now. And then that's steadily building. He's got 5 out to my 3. So even though I'm up a font, technically it's not going to last too long probably, and he's got a champion advantage.
Yeah, I would have probably maybe been close to killing that neophyte if there wasn't that righteous deflection. But yeah, you played a lot on that neophyte now. You played a righteous deflection. You played a blessing of Lamara. You have the granite bracers. So a lot sunk into that champion at the moment. So a VP would be really good. Sadly, I still don't. Actually, no, I can't even VP it at the moment because he is flying. I'd have to first get it grounded and then I could VP it. Healing would also not be a horrible idea. Getting some healing out. Now you do have the going, so you're getting a bit more Nora in addition to the extra Nora font. It knocks me back, which is kind of good for me, just so I can get away a bit. Yeah, quite a bit of ranged out, but I did play. At least my Peaks Dow is out here now as well.
So I definitely shouldn't have knocked him back first because again it gives him space, and also I want to use the Stone Barrage, but it's going to be completely useless against this guy. So actually I'm going to wait a turn on that.
Luckily, my Peak Stout can actually kind of counter this just because too much. Is this any good? Alright, there's another Grandma Him out, I think. There's just 4 damage left. Okay. Interesting. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna hit with the Peaks Dow, but I do block up, so it should just counter his counter attack. There you go. That means I am able to hit and actually deal one damage, which is awesome, just because that means that his him is gone at least. I still cannot use any ranged attacks, so we're just gonna keep retreating a bit. We're gonna make sure to. I don't think this counts as an attack. Yeah, it does. Very good. Now what? We can either play a War Banner. Well, actually, this is a Shaman, isn't it? So we're gonna play the Shaman here. We're gonna play the Mass Heal.
That's a pretty good heal right there.
Yeah, good heal there. And then now you are a double attack range right now, maybe? I'm not sure. Either way, we're gonna move back one just in case. just chill right here, I assume. I don't think he has anything with... Actually, we'll put this out. Should we put this out? I want also the 5 extra HP. I don't want my Rift Lord dying here. I don't know if he plays any... what's it called? Punishing Aura. Because Punishing Aura would wreck my 2 hyenas a bit, just because they do take 8 damage from it. I think the Spatial Dysplasia is still on cooldown. 1 turn more, maybe? Or did you... Oh, fuck, no, it's not, is it? Shit, it's not. So I should have moved these guys back. Now the Facial Dysplasia will kind of wreck me here. He's going to get a lot of damage dealt.
Nah, it's still on cooldown for one more turn.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good. Whew, that was scary. Reverberating Blast will knock me back and get all my guys, yeah, exactly. It's called Distracted. Which is no fun. Now he's moving forwards. He's going to use some type of debuff on all these guys. He already has a equipment on him, so he can't play it on like that. He can play a relic here. IS relic could be the knockback relic. That'd be really good here, just because I wouldn't be able to do much. Or I just go with Fawn. That works too. Who's my... Let's see, what can I do here next? I have a Hoongan who can double tap. He has... Oh, he has Regis Deflection up 1 more turn. Right. So I can't attack the Neophyte really with my range champs. I have a few too many range champs at the moment. My cooldown on my Rift Lord, or Rift Spirit, is 5 turn cooldown still on that as well. So I will not be able to play that yet. Right, and there's the Mind Shredder, who's not in range of which is nice for me. Okay, so we're gonna go here and...
That's not good. That's not good. Goodbye, sweet, sweet Void Mage, right before your Spatial Dysplasia is supposed to be up. Damn.
I'm gonna hit first with my Hoongan so I get the regen. Or the Twisted Essence going.
So for me, now that he's doing this, it's really bad because not only am I losing a 77 champ, Nora champion, but I'm also losing the equipment I just put on him last turn. Even though it's not the most expensive equipment, it's 25 Nora, and it really sucks to lose that right away. Plus, I'm losing my AoE to deal with his spirits. So the Rift person is really going to be a priority for me next turn to try to kill him. He's hard to kill though without magic damage.
It's definitely true. You are still in my font, which is hard to deal with. But you did not play an AoE last turn, and I don't think you have a lot of spells. I don't think you have that many AoEs in this battle group. So I'm not sure if I should move back 1, but I think the positioning is fine. Actually, we'll move him 1 over so you can double tap. Actually, no, 1 more. Just to make sure that I don't get hit by the Neophyte too easily. I think this is okay positioning. My main right now the Wretched Deflection is gone, so I might be able to kill that Neophyte next turn. I was in range of the ping with both of my champions, but that's okay. I'd rather have the ping go off on the Dow, that's why I kind of moved him there, than my Rift Lord, because my Rift Lord I want to keep alive longer. He does have Reflexes 3 because of the Dow who gave the gift of the genie. Now, the biggest threat now is the Fin Lord, just because it has so much Nora sunk in, and like by itself, it's not that bad. But with how much Nora's been sunk into it, I definitely want to get that killed soon. If he has another Righteous Deflection up, I'll be very sad. Just like I said, I still have I have 3 range champs up. He's right now at 2, right, even though I got that kill, which was good, he is still 2 fonts to my 0. So once he kills these champions, I'm kind of pretty far behind. So I definitely need to either get my font back as quickly as possible, or get to his, right? I do have my wrist rate up in 2 turns, so that's good. Let's see, and there's, okay, so there's a, what you call it, hippopotamuses, which means my guy is dead, most likely. Yeah, he'll die to the ping, at the very least. Which is well played. Yeah, he'll die to the ping. I gained the AP though, which is kind of nice, I guess, just because, yeah, my Hoonigan now has a lot of AP. So, it gives me a few more choices for next turn. Oh, perfect kill, actually, with that ping as well. Nice. Let's see. Aha! Yeah, that's funny. And now, doesn't have Stone Barrage up. Alright, so he's dead. See, how much did he take? He took 13.
I'll take 3 from diseased as well.
Yeah, but I want the kill now.
I want my money now. Are you gonna go for font?
Yeah, definitely want the font now.
That's pretty good. Were your spirits up this turn or next turn? Okay. I thought it was this turn. I was like, at least we'll have to decide between spirits or the font, but I guess that's not true.
Now I have enough Nora to deploy as well. We'll also get the Nora Glove as well. And we'll retreat 1, because we don't want to get hit by the ping this turn. Which means I want to retreat him as well.
Darn, I was hoping you wouldn't notice that.
Yeah, and we want to deploy. We're going to go ahead and deploy a...
So the thing about moving your Rift Lord is that the reason why you put your Rift Lord there is to deny me access to the font. So you had to choose between taking the 8 damage ping or letting me get back in the font.
Where's some AoE? AoE is good here against the Granite Bracers still, I think. So now I have the font. He has to either move in with his Shredder or something else. Also, I'm not in double tap range with the Neophyte, so you can only hit one of my champions once, which is good. And my Peak stat will do completely fine versus that Boulder, because I do a block up every 2 turns, right? And I have reflexes, so and I'm at 4 defense. So the battle between the Boulder and the Peak stat should be pretty even. Getting those 2 Nora Globes was good for me. Means I was able to deploy again. Now, sadly, it was another range jam, but yeah, it's fine. He still has that Marsh Song up, which is always scary. I can now play my Array Rift, so I'm gonna have tons more meat on the board next turn. He plays a Terraform, so that kind of counters the. It's not too much AP. I can play around that pretty easily, right? Especially because you can just see it coming. But we'll have to see. Now, alright, so he's gonna, with his Boulder, probably go for my Ascendant. My Ascendant is quite trapped here, actually. Now he's in double tap range as well, which is well played. So I'm gonna get hit 3 times here. Which is nice. I don't think he's dead though. Yeah, he's not dead. Oh, yeah, no, he's not dead. Not being dead here is really good for me. It just means he has to waste another turn or another spell. or anything really. He just wastes one more something to get the kill here, which is good for me because he descended quite well. Now he does also have Intensify next turn, so actually leaving this champion alive is a really bad idea. Yeah, you're gonna. He's gonna Intensify unless you have a spell.
So I think that play was a bit of a time crunch play, because if I had crunched numbers, I would have seen I was off by 3 damage on the kill, and it wouldn't have been worth it. Yeah, and now that guy is in trouble. But it's still possible. What I'm going to aim to do is finish off that guy I didn't kill the next turn, but the Intensify really hurts because he's back up to 35 health. So we'll see what sort of runes pop up in my rune deck that might save me.
Let's actually move him all the way, just so I can give my Ascendant some healing. 8. I want to somehow kill that boulder. I don't think I have the damage though. Yeah, it's close. Maybe I do. I guess I do have the damage or the.
Oh wow.
Oh no, I don't. Fuck. Oh wait, yeah. There you go. Yeah, get the kill.
Yeah. It's important that you got that kill there because I was gonna heal him up to full.
Yeah, with the fauna restoration, right?
You know it.
I mean, I still have. Yeah, he's now. Yeah, getting not the kill there was pretty bad. Of you, he had to get the. He had the intensified coming up soon. I do have the regen as well, my Hungan. He's right now reflexes and regen, so he's really hard to kill. It is now 1, 2, 3 champions to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champions. You do have still though a relic as well as the champion of my fawn. So you're up 1 fawn, and you do have the Marshon going up once you play it. I do have 1 equipment on the field, while you also have 1 equipment on the field. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, so there what we just saw actually is my defensive strike went off on the Finlord, but then his Granite Bracers blocked it again. Blocked it because it's per turn, not per round. So he'll have it this turn, and then again next turn, I believe. Wait, let me see. Equip champion gets blah blah blah. The first it's happen each turn exactly. So it's not every round. So that turn counts, and so is every next. Now my Hungan is definitely not going to kill. I have regen as well as reflexes, so it's quite tanky in terms of like taking damage from this Neophyte. It'll take 5 damage from the Finlord, but then I'll be regenning 6 of it. So I'm not gonna die this Neophyte too easily. I think I want to kill this Earthshaker next, just because, like I said, I'm basically never gonna kill this Finlord because it has Hunter Walker, so it's at 4 defense. It blocks 1 turn a game or 1 thing a game. One attack a turn. Sorry. As well as the heals that are coming out, it can just heal itself so much. I'm basically never gonna kill this thing, I swear. So we're just gonna go ahead and kill the Earthshaker now. We'll engage just to make sure that he cannot attack again. Go for my other guys too easily. And now I do have flying, I believe. Yeah, on my peaks too, so I can actually move over this quite easily, which is nice for me. Then we can kind of just. Oh wait, I do have this though, which I didn't notice.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. Now, what I can do here, which I didn't think about before, is I do have the resistance, which is fun, right? So I can now play the resistance, play it for the elementals, and now my Rift Spirits. Oh fuck, I don't know if it's AP actually. I don't get to use my yeah, I tapped last with the Rift Lord because of the encouraged. Get the kill with the Prune that I also forgot about. Is Neophyte will not be able to attack double tap my Hungan. And now we can kind of just start moving forwards. And this is now where he has to play on the backhand, right? So now he was the whole time kind of in the lead. Like once he got that mid font, I had to retreat. He got the nice kill in the mid font. I had to retreat and keep deploying. But now he can do a nice rock slide here though on all my champs. Or those three at least. Let's see, rock slides. Yeah. Nice rock slide. It might not be a horrible idea to use a to drop my harpoon in case my Rift Lord dies, but I can't drop it this turn anyhow. So there's that. Might also think about running my Area Rift Lord away. Right now you are not in font though, but if you do get in font, it might be dangerous for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to consider how to best get in font without dying.
Seven damage. Why did I take 7 damage?
Because the flying hunter or hunter walker.
I know, but then you should have done 12 minus 50% from the reflexes is 6.
It rounds. I think it adds it on after defense. Let's see what it says.
The hunter flying. Oh, okay. Well,
so it'll calculate the 5 from my 10 attack and then add on the 2.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Now this Neophyte is doing so much. I don't know how to kill this thing. Goddamn. Does this give? There's another grip on him. Ah, this time I heard it. Which is good for me. Attack. I get the Norglove though. Yeah, I got the Norglove now, which is nice. Alright, let's first of all attack with my Peaks Dow again to counter the Riptide a bit, and then we're gonna get rid of this exactly that thing. Heal him a bit too. And he is now decaying, so he can actually not heal himself unless he cleanses. But no, he's defiled as what? Is he defiled? Hold up. No, he's not defiled. He's not defiled, so he can cleanse himself, but it can
Yeah, you only have Sabotage Defile, thankfully. Otherwise it'd be really bad.
Yeah. We're just gonna put these pieces of meat in his face. And of course we're gonna run away, I guess, with him. I don't want the equipment to die, so we'll run away with him. We'll move in with my Peaks Dew, actually. And we're gonna keep deploying because we're Shatter Peaks. I have, let's see, how many range champs? I have 3 range champs, so it's definitely a good idea to get some more meat on the board. That is not ranged. I could think of either a War Beast. War Beast is fun. But I kind of also want my Peaks Ifrit just because I get more damage with the gift. No, we'll do the War Beast. War Beast just looks cool because it's Harambe.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of health too. Jesus Christ.
Harambe and Heze. Finally kind of dealing damage though to that Neophyte. It's been alive for so long. Goddamn, this whole game. This is the first time you deployed, didn't it? Holy cow. Everything except for 1 Rift Spirit is dead now. But I do gain a lot of AP with my Hungan now. I get 3 extra. Means I can double tap always. Yeah, I used to not play with the Soul Vitality, but once I saw it play with both Soul Vitality, I'm like, why would you play it? Champions don't die that often. And then I'm like, oh wait, it counts on everything. So it's very strong. Let's see. All right, what's my? We're gonna keep going back. So now macro play, micro play, whatever. Macro play is let's see. We want to keep moving forwards. My late game is I'm guessing just about as good as his. We both don't have any like infinite value champions. I do have some kind of good scaling, just if I get like all my gifts on one champion, which is nice. But other than that, scaling I'm guessing is about as good as his scaling, right? Now micro game, what was that? Plays a Crusaders. That's some late game for him if he gets that thirst for battle running. Micro games. I want to kill this Fin Lord. That's my next like point of attack. In all honesty, that's the scariest thing I have, just because it's been so annoying. Let's see. How would I kill this thing? Alright, so now that my Hungan is at like actually basically full health, I'm gonna give the gift over to the Rift Lord just so he can start regenning a bit more. And then we're gonna
So that last turn for me, the neophyte, for the first time I'm running away from his range champs. I'd like to continue being aggressive on them, but to get close to them, I had to get out of the font, and so it wasn't really an option. I just had to run away, and then I only take 2 attacks here instead of getting double tapped by both. But my neophyte's quite low now. And there's a hold the line. Again, his defensive strike will proc on itself when I run away, which is nice.
I forgot. You're smart. I'm not. Alright, so now, let's see. Rock Slide you did use last turn, so don't have to be afraid of being grounded on the rock. So yeah, I still have at least one more turn to wait with that. I could use a Tidal Wave, but then I'll be in range of double tap with the Pontiff, which I'm not in range of right now, I might know. So, we use Explosive Attack, though. That just does a bit extra damage. And it causes him to have to move back into the font. And we do have our Arrow Rift coming up quite soon as well again. Do I want to play this on him? Nah, sweet. Now, what I was thinking about here is if I play Staff of Ascendance on my Harambe, because then I can put him up to 87 health, which is always fun. And but no, we're not. We're gonna wait for the Peaks Ifrit next turn or something. So we're just gonna chill here. We could see a stun. No stun. Okay. I am distracted, but no stun, which is good. Now his Terraformer is a little bit in danger at 21 health. But I have to be afraid of next turn. No, Rock Slide is 4 turns, so I have at least 2 more turns until that comes up, I believe. Yeah, so I've actually kind of a chill period right now. I only have to be afraid of this Pontiff, maybe, not too much else. Sadly, my Rock Charger does not have climb, or else I have to like go around this piece of rock here, which is annoying. There's the cleanse. Now I should play my and there's the heal as well with Font Restoration. It would be nice if I did have a Cyclops Eye Belt I could whack into the font or into the Font Restoration, but I don't. I don't think I have it in this bad group. Let's see, what else can we do? I wonder if I can kill the Terraformer next turn.
Right now, I'm thinking I probably need to run away with the Terraformer because he's in double tap range in the font. And that means sending my Pontiff in, which is scary, but I don't see another way to cap the font.
Yep. did miss.
Actually
there,
wanted
right?
him to move up one more spot. Yeah.
Yeah, double tap range at the moment.
Yep. I just ran out of time. I was counting the spots. I was like, nope. All right. That's okay. Double tap is what, 20 damage?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's, half his health. But if nothing else happens, he'll live at least.
Okay. Good thing I didn't double tap.
I know, you're always so cautious about that. You're warning me too. The last game, don't immediately attack twice. Always test.
It depends who you're playing against, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely against.
Against IS, against ST, you want to check.
8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so we can actually charge with the with Harambe, which means that we're going to get him nice and beefy.
That's dead, or he lives with 2. Let's see how much his charge. At +3, he lives with 1 HP, I think. Yeah, he'll live with 1 HP.
Which is 8. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure how this works, but we're gonna try it out.
Are you gonna try to use Harpoon? Yeah. So I don't think pulls can cause damage.
Oh, this one does though.
Oh, fuck. I thought you meant like collision to the unit. That's bad. Damn.
The end of your turn. No, that's pretty good that it's at the end of the turn. You have the AoE up in 1 more turn, I think. So next turn. I'm not sure though. Oh, that's one beefy ass rock charter though. 18 damage, 9 speed, 6 defense at the moment because of bold. 67 health. Harambe is coming to smash face. Alright, he does have it up. Oh damn. Alright, rocks. Oh no, just lava up there. I'm not sure. What I'm thinking about right now is if I can pick up the harpoon and then pull the terraformer to me and then get the kill. I'm not sure if I can pick it up and use it right afterwards. And I do still have double tap with this rock charger now onto the Crusader. Because I do have 9 speed on it, which is pretty insane. You might want to retreat. I mean, I have so much meat in the font. I'm not sure you could just retreat and like group up again like I did in the beginning of the game. Oh no, my Peaks Dow. Peaks Dow is dead.
Oh my god, that bug is so annoying.
He moved instead of yeah.
When you move right after performing an action, you will go the opposite direction. Gosh, that's annoying.
Okay, I'll give you the Norglub just because it is a bug.
Thanks, man.
Alright, that's impervious. Kind of traps me in the thing, can it? Doesn't it? It's funny. Alright. So we are going to. So he's impervious. I heard it, even if I didn't see it. We're gonna bring over the Ifrit. Ifrit is immune to physical. That means that the Neophrite and him can just duke it out for a while.
And your Ifrit does have the fire aura too, which will take me down slowly.
I mean, you have so much hit. Alright, so we're gonna move up. We're gonna. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this.
No! One of my most hated spells is Vertical Push. Because not only does it do an absurd amount of damage and clear up a font for you to take, but it also resets my super champs.
Yeah, exactly.
So like Crusader is always looking to buff himself and get lots of defense and attack from Thirst for a Battle. But a Vertical Push or Blink or any of those spells which temporarily remove a champion from play will reset the champion's stacks.
Take the damage, but it's worth it to get the kill, I think.
So that for me looks like a game over play. I'm still gonna try it out because technically we're just even on fonts now, but it's not looking good.
Yep, that's for sure. Right now you can't attack anything with the Neophyte, so I'm okay with just chilling here. I do have Berserker on the war base, so I want to use up all my AP. I'm also not in the font, but I also can't get into the font, so I'm gonna have to just leave it
there. That's fortuitous for me.
Yeah, why did I move down one with my Aero Rift Lord? Did I just do that? Why did I do that? No idea.
I don't know either. That's weird.
But I'll have it next turn, and you have no champs on the board, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So fine.
Okay, my Finlord's down here doing 10 damage a turn. Yeah. Don't you dare disrespect him.
Well, not once my Peak Zephyr comes over there.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so okay. So right now, it's really important that I deploy the right champ in this font up top because he's going to be pressuring me. And, if I deploy a squishy range champ, this Berserker War Beast is going to get in his face and chew his face off. Yeah. So I need something that could take a hit, something that is melee probably because his range champs are decently far back, so it's going to be a melee battle. But something needs to be able to at least take the first 2 hits and then stabilize from there. So the 2 champions I'm considering right now are I've got another Crusader, which is a nice cheap champ, and I've got my own Berserker, which is a Piranid Blood Fiend, which will have 8 speed the next turn and Life Siphon, and has 2 defense. So pretty tanky champ that can heal back up and stabilize quickly. So those are my options. I'm leaning towards the Blood Fiend because I need something. The Crusader scales too slowly right now, I think, for this situation. It's too late. I should have played my Crusaders sooner. So I'm going to go with a Blood Fiend up top, or the other option is a Mucker, which I'm going to do if only for the memes. It is absurd how many games people throw away trying to kill Muckers.
Yeah. So we're just going to go into that font, chill. We're going to deploy a...
So this was a misdeploy for me up here in this font. If you look at where I placed it, it didn't make any sense to place it on one of the outer tiles of the font because he could get it no matter what. It would have made more sense to put him one over to the left. If he's one over to the left, then he's in an ensnare range the next turn. And there's no way I'm preventing him from getting it anyway. The best I can do is get off an auto attack the turn after. So a misplay on that deploy there in the font for me.
Right now, I'm just getting ready to
so he gets out another Peaks genie thing.
This is a swap and distract. I'm hoping distracted helps against the Neophyte, so you can't actually heal yourself anymore.
Yeah, the distract's really nice. I have no cleanse in my deck besides the Neophyte skills. So it's a strong champ here. I'm worried about it. It is vulnerable physical, but I'm honestly never going to kill it when it has 50 health and I only do 10 damage. Especially since he's got Twisted Healing and other things that can help keep this guy alive.
Right now I'm afraid of the guy that's going to fall down again. I sure don't want my Ascendant to die. I think the turning point in this game was really when you did not kill the Ascendant.
Yeah, I was 3 damage off there. Okay, so now every font is contested. It's kind of a weird game. Yeah. There are no capped fonts. Every font is contested. This means we're even, of course, and we should just call it a draw here. But obviously, in fact, he's got a lot of champions up on me. I do have 87 Nora, so there's some possibilities of doing stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know if this was intentional. Gnomes can comment about this, but my guy respawned right next to the Rift Lord, which is a bad champion for me to spawn next to because he's got the Vaporize, which means I can really only hit him once.
No, I kind of just space out all my champs so that no matter what, you'd be engaged with one of them if you were in the font. And because I do have the explosive attack, you know, so hopefully gonna be able to whack you against some type of wall. But yeah, no, the Rift Lord was okay to hit against as well. My god, that fucking Finlord, dude. I have not seen something live that long. Holy cow. Kill this mother trucker. I wonder if...
So I'm going to engage over here. Let's see.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give the Peaks Ifrit bonus to something else, just because right now it doesn't really matter if I give it to the War Charger, because he's not going to be able to hit the Mucker anyway until I get some type of inhibiting over there. So it makes no point, or there is no, it makes no point. There is no point. There is no point in attacking the Mucker until I can shot it. The buffer again. Do I have any Dispel in this deck? No, I don't. Alright, let's just give it. Let's hope you don't have another Trekken, another Merchant's Deflection up.
Yeah, there's the immune physical protecting the Ifrits. And here comes the damage. Oh boy. I think that's... Is he dead? Yeah.
Disease plus 4.
So now someone's got a font. And really, if this Crusader dies in the next 2 turns, if this Crusader dies in the next 3 turns, it's game over. 100%. I will quit then. But if he can survive like 5 turns, I might have a chance because he can't be vertical pushed anymore without being grounded, and he could go super champion, sort of maybe. So that's everything we're banking on now. Unfortunately, almost I've used so many spells, and his buffer is already gone. So not looking good. And the Gorilla is running away from my Mucker in a shameful display of cowardice.
Yeah, it's true.
I am going to push his Gorilla off the cliff, which is not possible anymore.
Nope. Right. At this point, I think I don't have to think as much anymore. I think I can just ride the champ advantage, the champ advantage to victory. I was thinking about deploying a Zemi of the Elements, but
So I have no more protective spells in my bank here. I actually have very few runes left at all. I have 10 runes, I think. No, I have 12. Everything else is on cooldown.
That's the one danger of, I guess, I'm not sure if it's against Shattered Peaks or just in general, but deploying too many spells in one champion, and then having them be able to kind of just like keep deploying champions over and over and over. It's I think it's worse against Shattered Peaks, but a lot of like different races or stuff can do this, where they just say, hey, you keep playing stuff, I might be a font down, but I'm gonna just keep playing champions. And
Yeah,
one point,
so
get the
I
victory.
think that's a pretty good point. I think especially against Shattered Peaks, that's true. It's true against other BGs, and that's why it really depends on me getting out a super champ that I can build up. Like the Finlord was okay. He's got 7 speed. He can keep himself healthy, but he's never gonna carry the game.
Yeah.
Like he's more of a supporting champion. If that first champion I'd gone at had been my Crusader, and he would have had 15 defense by this point in the game,
Yeah.
then the game looks a little different. So it really does depend on getting that scaling early, and like the champion you invest into with this BG has to be worth it. And unfortunately, the Finlord just couldn't carry that weight, even though he gave it a good try for I don't know how many turns it's been, 37 turns sticking in that font.
Yeah, that's for sure. healed.
I cast a 45 Nora spell for 15 HP on one champion. Yeah, so this will probably be game here. He's going to clean up my champion. He'll probably figure out it's got Righteous Deflection on him shortly. Darn it, he didn't.
That's what I'm checking.
At which point he'll probably quit out of rage and call it a good game. Yeah, so this is going to be game. He's going to finish this guy off. A good demonstration, I think, of when to back off from her fawns and sort of regroup yourself this game. Because it certainly looked in the starting spot where we were 3-3 and I had a font up that I had a good advantage. But the champion I invested in was not strong enough.
Yeah.
But a good patient game from Gnomes here to take the win.
Awesome, GG.
All right, GG.